han visto toda la cocina de cómo las cosas andan bien o mal.
All right, let me welcome you all. Let me greet you one by one. And I'm going to give the floor to Oscar Mesano, who is going to give us the opening remarks. Good morning to you all. It's a great pleasure being here after years of not having face to face events, and it's the first time that we conduct a hybrid event. It's a great pleasure to have you here. Let me welcome you all to Buenos Aires for all those of you that are visiting the city. As you know, this is an intensive week. We're going to address everything that has to do with technology and more. So be prepared, take advantage of the talks, and hopefully it's going to do you good for your careers and for your future, regardless of the area you work in. So thank you for being here. For those of you that are online, thank you for being here virtually. I would like to acknowledge the sponsors and the co-sponsors that support us and facilitate the organization of these kind of events. Also, I would like to thank the speakers that are going to be here. Please ask questions. Don't be shy. It is important to clarify all doubts that you may have because that's what these courses are for. I would like to acknowledge two people that are very important, Olga Cavalli and Adrian Carvalho, for the efforts made during the year during Come True. Enormous efforts that they have made. The acknowledgements for the sponsors and a round of applause for people in the audience as well. Thank you. Good morning. Can you hear me? I would like to welcome you all. Good morning. We're glad to be here of opening the 10th edition or the 6th edition of the South School of Internet Governance. It's great to have you here. We've made great efforts. We have innovated with the pandemic, with technology, with the academic sector. We have included an introductory course for those of you to be aware of this course and to capitalize on and to take advantage of this knowledge. We started the first schools of internet governance with the University of Belgrano. So if you pass the three courses, the introductory and the other ones, you will have access to the diploma. Thank you very much for being here. All those questions that you may consider foolish, please do not, because we can take all questions, and those questions that are foolish are those questions that are never asked. Thank you very much. My name is Olga. Thank you very much for being here. 14 years have elapsed since we have organized the first edition. And we made a lot of progress, and I would like to acknowledge all the corporations and organizations that made this possible. We always organize the course or an event for free. Thank you. And I would like to acknowledge the University of Mendoza, and I would like to acknowledge all the sponsors like Amazon, AWS, NIC, the NIC Center, Donuts, PR, .pr, ICANN, Internet Society Foundation, Argentine Chapter, LACNIC, Meta, Facebook, Microsoft, NixBR, and CGI BR. Thank you very much. And I would like to acknowledge NICBR, DRAD.com, DIO, VeriSign, and Waldese Company, and many other organizations that are here that support us from the institutional standpoint. I would like to acknowledge Oscar Mesano and Adrian Carvalho. Oscar Mesano with Cesar Talat, they have organized the institutional point of view of the school, and Adrian deals with technology, and I play at the academic role. We have a course throughout the week. We have also the introductory course, and we have the diploma of the University of Belgrano. So let me give you a snapshot. The University of Mendoza, where I studied engineering some time ago, that was many years ago. And thanks to a colleague and a friend of mine that was in the OAS, I reconnected with the university, with Diego Navarro. And at that time, we had an agreement. It was the first internet governance event that was called Internet Challenges, dating back to 2016. So we held that in Mendoza and in San Martin as well. That's where I was born, and that's where Anaí was born. We had the principal, Emilio Vasquez Vera, that passed away. And then, together with Diego and with Alfredo Iglesias, that was the Dean of Engineering, we organized the first event. And a year ago, looking for a university to pursue this path of quality education, we reconnected with a dear professor of us, that is Cristina Parda, who's an engineer, that understood where we were going. It was not the first university that we pursued, but we sought after the university in order to reconnect the links with the university. She contacted the dean, the president of the university, and then we were in contact with Mr. Marianetti and with the team of the University of Mendoza. And she was the pioneer and allow us to be here. However, she passed away. She was my professor in circuit theory. Probably there's an electronic engineer in the room, but she was leading. She was a leading role for women in engineering. She organized conferences for women engineering when, gender-based was not that popular like today. And she was very important in developing the knowledge industry in Argentina, not only in Mendoza, but across the region. So our acknowledgments go to her. We highly remember Cristina Parra for her accomplishments. And then we have Eduardo Luna online, who's the president of the university. She was going to be participating virtually. Is he here? Okay. And it's very special. It's very dear to me because that's where I studied that's where I studied engineering. So right now they have new schools, new specialties, new careers, new majors, and it's a clear example of academic quality. Good morning. Hopefully he can reconnect in a few seconds. While he reconnects, can we give him some housekeeping details? Yes, of course. My acknowledgements go to Oscar Mesano because for 14 years he's been working for us in internet governance locally, domestically, and internationally. And as Olga said, we had joint collaboration so we can pursue this challenge in different countries across the region. So the takeaway is when you have an idea, please pursue your ideals and go beyond that because all those things that come up are good learnings for you and for all of us. So it's interesting that if you have an entrepreneurial idea, please pursue it. So my acknowledgements go to Oscar and Olga for everything they have done and for the future events that we're going to hold. When we did that 15 years ago, I was about to die because nobody understood what internet governance was. And Adrian said, "What are you going to do? What do you want to do?" And I explained to him. And he said, "Yeah, of course, I can do it." And that's how we organize these first conferences. And thanks to CCT Lab support, that is the administrative branch of the Southern School of Internet, we were able to do this successfully. Dr. Luna, can you hear us? Yes. Good morning. Thank you very much for having invited me to this important day where we're going to discuss topics related to the digital world, technology, policies, and regulations of internet. For the University of Mendoza, we take pride in participating in these kind of conferences. I was wondering that this world is kind of fascinating for all of us and for everybody that has been around after the Second World War. The progress of humanity is shocking, and it's hard to think of what the future will bring. In this globalized world, obviously, it is paramount to have everybody connected in a timely fashion. So that is why we should have all the necessary tools for the government policies to make this world connected. We play a key role within it with a commitment to train all stakeholders in society, and especially developers, would give response to the requirements of society in this field. I have no doubt that the collaboration and the well balanced view of civil society, the state, and private sector will channel the necessary efforts to make progress with connectivity and technology. Once again, I would like to thank you for giving me the chance to give the opening remarks. I wish you success. And I would like to welcome all participants in the room. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time and for the support of the university.